I going now, just falling over dreams? Now I'm just so far gone, this isn't what it seems. Taking me so damn long, it's fading from belief. I need to slow this down, it's burning from beneath. Come break this life.
Hello, welcome to another video. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, turn on notifications so you don't miss a future video. Today, as you might have guessed from the shirt, we're going to be cooking stuff in preparation for tomorrow's eating from Greg Doucette's cookbook, the Anabolic Cookbook 2.0, which I have right here. Yes, Greg, I printed it out. I went to Kinko's and got it printed out on hardstock. This thing is a beast. So, with that said, let's get to it.
You made a monster.
Alright, so we're going to cook the meals kind of in a little bit of reverse order because the dinner meal is actually going to take longer to cook. So we're going to make the chicken cacciatore for dinner. We're going to make some apple cinnamon muffins. That'll be like a snack throughout the day. Some cheesy grilled cheese egg white French toast sandwich. Looks interesting. And anabolic French toast for breakfast. Jesse James West, just for you, man. And then dessert's going to be the chocolate protein lava cake. So that looks like it's going to be a fun one. So let's go.
Versace on my wrist, baby, make a wish. You could sell your Rari, but you can't afford my outfit. Versace on my wrist, baby, make a wish. You could sell your Rari, but you can't afford my outfit. Versace on my wrist, baby, make a wish. You could sell your Rari, but you can't afford my outfit. Versace on my wrist, baby, make a wish. You could sell your Rari, but you can't afford my outfit. Go wish.
One thing you learn with kids, always check to make sure there's no toys in the oven before you start.
Make a wish. You could sell your Rari, but you can't afford my outfit. Versace on my wrist, baby, make a wish. You could sell your Rari, but you can't afford my outfit. Versace on my wrist, baby, make a wish. You could sell your Rari, but you can't afford my outfit. Versace on my wrist, baby, make a wish. You could sell your Rari, but you can't afford my outfit. Go wish.
Alright, so ran a cooking spray last night, so we're able to use actual butter instead of cooking spray here. So we'll see how it goes. Again, it'll probably add a little bit of fat, but I'm not too terribly concerned about that since it's already incredibly low calorie. Alright, so now it's time to eat. Added some strawberries just for some fruit here. Taste test. Alright, let's get down to it. Alright, so that's a full day of eating from Greg's cookbook. I chose the 5 meals or 5 recipes rather, that looked interesting. Some I knew I probably wouldn't like, but I wanted to try and see. And some kind of surprised me. So we're going to go through them, and I'm going to go through them in order that I ate them. I have my notes here. We'll start with the French toast, which is a staple. I eat that all the time. I actually ate that before I bought his cookbook. It's very easy to make. 10 out of 10 on ease of prep. 9 out of 10 on taste. It doesn't taste that much different than normal French toast. Fullness. The serving size he recommends, which is 2 slices, I think is a little low. Generally when I'm eating French toast, even at a restaurant or whatnot, I usually get 4 slices. So I made it a double helping, which doubles the calories, but also makes it more filling. So I give it 9 out of 10. If you eat just the 2 slices, I'd have to lower that down. But making 4 slices doesn't change your calories all that heavily, and just gives you more protein and carbs. Calories and the macros. So it came out to be about 65 grams of carbs, 6 grams of fat, 52 grams of protein. That's pretty damn good for a breakfast meal that is based off of bread. So 9 out of 10 on that. Overall, I gave it a 9 out of 10. You really can't go wrong with French toast. So that's a solid one. I did add some strawberries, and the bread I used is the Pepperidge Farm Italian White. I know Jesse James West likes to use the like incredibly low calorie. I think it's the Sara Lee brand is one he used. I like my French toast to be a little thicker, and the Italian White is the bread that I found is the most sturdy for making French toast, so it doesn't fall apart in the skillet. So overall, like I said, 9 out of 10. Moving on to lunch. This is one that I wasn't sure if I'd like or not. It's the cheesy French toast sandwich. So ease of prep. It's very similar to cooking the French toast. An 8 out of 10. The difficulty I had was flipping the egg over onto the bread. I don't know if I was doing it wrong, but it didn't seem to come over, at least not the presentation of it did not look all that great after I got it flipped over. And could be my fault, but that marked it down there. Taste, it was a little bland. I added some apple butter to it, so it increased the calories a little bit, but gave it a little bit of flavor. Fullness, I was stuffed after eating that. In fact, I couldn't finish all of it. The last few bites I had to end up throwing away because I was completely stuffed. So 10 out of 10 on Fullness. You will have a difficult time eating the whole thing if you're like me. Calories and macros, 9 out of 10 on that. 36 grams of carbs, 8 grams of fat, 69 grams of protein. So really heavy on the protein, which is great for those of us that are trying to keep your weight down, which is why you would buy his cookbook. But overall, 8 out of 10 on that one. And then I'll go through the snacks real quick. I made the apple cinnamon muffins, and I was really interested to try it with the oatmeal after I saw his video with him and Allie. So ease of prep, 10 out of 10. It was very easy to get everything ready and make, and his instructions were a little interesting in terms of recipes. I like it. Taste, this was interesting. I gave it 8 out of 10. My wife tried it. She did not like it. She, I think it's because it had a little... She likes normal sugar, and I use stevia just to follow the recipe, and for her it had a bit of an aftertaste. I didn't have that aftertaste, And then I also gave a couple bites to my 6-year-old son who hates fruit and vegetables, and he did not like it. Largely because he saw the fruit on top and discounted it immediately. However, I really liked it. It tastes really good to me, so I gave it an 8 out of 10. Fullness, it's a snack, so it's not meant to be all that filling. I also should note that when I bought a new cupcake tin or cupcake baking sheet, and when I ordered it, the picture showed 20 cups, and I thought those were normal size cupcake cups. Turns out they were like the mini size cupcake cups. So mine actually have less calories per muffin than what Greg recommends, because it's about a third of the size. But if you can eat 3 of them and you get the same amount of calories. I like them as a snack, a couple of them, and it holds you over for a couple hours. So 3 out of 10, just because it's not meant for a meal, but it's good for a snack. The calories and macros, it's got about 5 grams of carbs, virtually no fat, and 2 grams of protein. So I gave it 8 out of 10 on the calories and macros. Overall, 7 out of 10. So dinner, I made the chicken cacciatore because I knew I have my own cacciatore recipe. It's not too much different, but Greg's did to cut out a little bit of fat. So easy prep, 8 out of 10. I probably could have cut more out of the prep had I bought celery that was already pre-chopped, onion that was already pre-chopped, and tomato that was already pre-chopped. But still not difficult. Taste, 8 out of 10. I was surprisingly satisfied with how it tasted. Fullness, 8.5 out of 10. 1 bowl, which is 1 serving, one of the medium-sized servings. No, I think it was medium-sized serving. And I was good. Calories and macros. I don't know. Greg's was a little bit off in the cookbook, and it could just be because of the way that I made it. But it came out a little. The calories came back roughly in the same ballpark, but the macros were a little different. And so I'm not sure. Maybe I just used a different brand and it threw my macros off. So I had 103 grams of carbs, 3 grams of fat, and 40 grams of protein. Overall, still good macros. I gave it 8 out of 10 overall. And then finally to the lava cake, which was the dessert. This is the one that I didn't think I would like. And just because I'm not a big chocolate eater, so I threw something in there that I probably, the rating's not going to come across as fair, but that was intentional because I wanted to have something that I knew I probably wasn't going to like to see if I was surprised or if it fell into where I thought. Easy prep, 10 out of 10. It was very easy to prep. Taste, again, I'm not a big chocolate dessert eater, so I gave it a 5 out of 10 on taste. It was not my cup of tea, so to speak. Then fullness. I was already kind of stuffed from dinner, so I tried to finish it, but I wasn't able to finish it because I was still stuffed from dinner. The calories and macros are great on it. It's 16 grams of carbs, 2 grams of fat, and 42 grams of protein. So it's basically like eating a protein shake in a cake form, which would be amazing if I liked that much chocolate. I might try and make it with vanilla and see if I can basically make a vanilla cake the same way. More to follow on that one. But overall, that was 6 out of 10. It just, like I said, it wasn't my cup of tea there. Overall, I was really impressed with how full I was throughout the day. I did not have cravings because my stomach was always very satisfied. And overall, most of the stuff tasted really good. So the overall macros of the day, throwing in my sweet tea. So overall, I ate 2,000 calories for the day, which is 400 over what I usually eat or usually try and strive for, just because I'm trying to drop some body fat. And but not a big deal. Still below my maintenance level. My overall macros for the day were 309 grams of carbs, 26 grams of fat, and 198 grams of protein. So, interestingly enough, I would have been right in the ballpark had I cut out dessert and had I cut out one of the servings of the French toast. So if I, instead of having 4 toast, if I only had 2 and cut out dessert, I would have been right in the ballpark of what my daily intake has been pretty consistently for the last few weeks. So with that, I'm going to end it here, but thumbs up for me, Greg. I'm enjoying the cookbook and look forward to trying more of the recipes. If you guys notice, he did put it in an ebook format, and I don't like to cook with a electronic device right around the oven. So I did print it out. I printed it out on hardstock, which and I would have loved to have printed out in color on hardstock, but unfortunately I found out that is like $3 a sheet at FedEx. And with Greg's book being 200 pages, that was a bit pricey. So didn't do that. Did print it out black and white, which was only like 60 cents a sheet. And yeah, well worth it. You could do curls while you're waiting for the oven to preheat, as you can see in the video. Gonna end it here. If you made it this far in the video, thank you. I appreciate you. Please hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, give me a thumbs up, and see you in the next video. Until then, keep improving.